Wednesday, friends. As I'm researching, I always like to come on here and just give little tidbits of information and reminders because some of this information is so powerful. And had I known this as a teenager and growing up, I feel I could have felt so much better and bypassed a lot of issues. So I am not only sharing this with you, but I'm sharing it with you to share with your children so they can have a little bit easier of a life than we had growing up because of the struggle with acne, the struggle with depression. And reminder, because there is a physician who follows this account, and he had stated in one of my videos that I was giving out medical advice and that it wasn't sound, it wasn't something I should be doing. And I am by no means telling anyone to do anything, to stop medication, to take something instead of medication. I am putting information on my platform that I have researched thoroughly. This is not stuff that is just opinion. These are facts and new research that I am putting out here. And I do feel that there is a huge issue in our medical system that doctors do not have to take nutrition courses. I believe it's 20 hours of nutritional, they don't even say they're classes. They don't even have to be classes. It's education, nutritional education, 20 hours within the umbrella of med school. I mean, that is shocking to me. And they are people that are going to serve you when you are ill. It's not preventative care. So I am here trying to help people be proactive. Okay. I had to say that, and I'm going to continue doing what I do. And if anyone has any issues with it, I suggest they unfollow, and that is your prerogative. And it's mine to put that out there. Okay. So when it comes to the gut microbiome, our gut microbiome has trillions of microorganisms, okay? So it's very complex, and it is very important we prioritize our gut health because this is not just going to help us from being bloated and constipated and, having diarrhea and the issues that present, just externally, and you can see it, you can feel it. But it goes way deeper, okay? So this impacts our cognitive function, so our brain health, our moods. 90% of our serotonin is produced in the gut, okay? So when it comes to people that are really off and maybe you are feeling down and you're like, something is off, I suggest the first thing you need to do instead of getting on medication is, okay, I am going to really fine tune my gut health. I'm going to look at the foods I'm putting in my mouth. Are they processed, full of junk, full of inflammatory ingredients and artificial flavorings and all this stuff? And it starts with the children. So please, it's not all about fat and carbs and protein, especially when they're younger. It's about ingredients. And this is what slowly starts disrupting our gut microbiome. As well as when we get ill, don't just jump the gun into antibiotics, especially with your young kids. If you can really try natural remedies, that's going to set them up for success, and it's not going to just put them in a bad place, in terms of their gut right from the very start. So I understand that there's a time and a place for antibiotics. Sometimes we can't help it. We need it. But I do feel like a lot of people, whether it's for themselves or for their kids, they don't want to wait it out. They don't want to take the natural methods. They don't want to start eating the things that they need to eat. Instead, it's like, okay, let's get on an antibiotic. And then that leads down the road to all these other issues. And, so again, gut health is tied to not only mental cognitive function, our immune function. 70% of our immune system is housed in the gut. So if you constantly get sick or your kid gets sick, let's evaluate the food. Let's make sure that we are getting a diverse amount of vitamins and minerals through plants, through, if you do animal sources, highly suggest organic, natural as possible. Okay, so that's my issue when people are chugging the milk, they're eating all the meats, they're having the cheese, they're doing all of that. What was that animal given? Typically, they're pumped with hormones so they can mass produce, and they're, like, it's just, if they're pumped with steroids, hormones, that is what we're ingesting. And then it's a compounding effect. Okay. So definitely pay attention to your animal products, and to go back to like the list of what your gut affects. So our immune system, our cognitive function, and mental health, it clearly is linked with weight loss. Okay. So people don't really view it in that way, but it will directly impact your hunger. So if you are giving your body the items that it's not healthy, it's not helpful to your gut microbiome, you're going to start craving all the things that are not healthy. Okay. And you're not going to be satisfied in the way that if you're getting whole foods that have real ingredients. Usually if you follow that style of a nutrition plan, you eat your meal and you're fulfilled for a couple hours. Now, with all the processed stuff, it's round and round we go, but it's going to slow down your metabolism. It's going to make you hungrier, and it's just going to be a vicious cycle. So anyhow, gut microbiome, take it seriously. And I'm trying to think if there's any other items that I missed. I always have my notes up. No. Okay. But in terms of ways to benefit, like I said, getting a diverse amount of foods. Okay. You really want to get a lot of plants, fruits. If you like, I'm not a fruit person, so I get a lot of different veggies, a lot of colors. That's what you want. A lot of colors throughout the week. But also, know your body. And if fasting is not good for digestion, then spread it out. But I do think majority of us need to have a good 12 hours from dinner to breaking your fast the next morning. 10 hours minimum, 12 for most of us. But yeah, ultimately, if you feel that you have trigger foods, I know it's very easy to get in this place of elimination diet. That's what we have to do. We can't ever eat these foods, but really that's not the problem. There's an underlying issue that's there, and it's very complex, but you need to start with just eliminating all the processed stuff. Stop eating out all the time. You need to cook all your food if you can the majority of the time. Know what ingredients are going in your body, and start there. Start moving your body. Eat probiotic, prebiotic rich foods. Now, if you want to take it a step further and you do want to know what foods you're nutrient deficient in, or I should say what nutrients you're deficient in that, the foods contain, and vice versa. The Viome test, I talk about this a lot, but I know not everyone sees everything. So it's an at-home gut microbiome test, and it gives you a list of all the foods ranked according to your highly inflammatory avoids all the way to your superfoods. And it is really helpful, okay? And the whole point of that is not to say you can't ever eat these avoid foods ever again. It's to start shifting things in your gut so you get to a place where you're eating more of these things that you're not eating. You're eating less of these things you're eating every day. And we're getting some new things in the mix, and we're making our microbiome very, very happy. And once it gets to this place, then you're going to be able to incorporate the things that you weren't supposed to initially. Okay, so I've taken the test 3 times now, and my foods are always changing. And when I abide by that list, let me tell you, I feel incredible. I have zero bloat. Everything is just functioning the way it should, and it's fantastic. Okay, so definitely consider that. And I did also go to a place. I went with my first test. It showed that I was 43 years old internally. That was my internal age. And at the time I was 39. So it was telling me I was 4 years older than what I really was. Okay. Or no, 5 years. I can do math. I retested, and I'm 41 now. I retested, and I tested as a 38-year-old. So I was very, very pleased. Okay, friends, if you want information on that test, let me know in the comments. You can drop Viome with a V, V-I-O-M-E, and I'll send you that information. Otherwise, go back to this video, listen to the things that you can do to improve your gut. But it's the things that we know to do, okay? So the name of the test is Viome, and I do have a very nice discount code. So just drop Viome in the comments after I post this, or send me a DM right now and I'll send you the information. Have a good day.